Welcome, Summoner, to today's episode where we are casting a myth of the Summoner's Rift. You've probably played EA games before, maybe FIFA, some sort of game like where you know it's pay to win. You have all these microtransactions you can make so you can have the Ronaldo on your team. You know the more you pay, the better the chance you have of winning. Well, today we are casting a guy who's the complete opposite of this terminology. His name is the Pay to Lose. And we're talking about the talent here from the red side team, and he's here to show his teammate what happens when they do not pay up, because he's not going to give them that loss that they could have paid for. He's going to make sure that he carries with the Shadow Assault, because he is talent, and he's going to give the red team this W 100%. There's no doubt in my mind. So as we get into this game, well, yeah, we have a blue team. They have an arcane champion, right? They have the Jinx, who's extremely broken. They have the Kale, great scaling. They also have Evelyn, great scaling. They have Yone, great scaling, and they have Soraka, who, if you know how to position, gives pretty great scaling. Also paired up with the Jinx and the likes of the Yone also. So obviously, blue team has some way to fight here, but I'm convinced that talent will show up today. He will show why this red team, even though their team cup probably isn't the best late game scaling, he's gonna make sure that he carries and does at least all he can to win this game. Because if we take a look at the red team again, well, they have a Rumble top lane, that's great. You have great scaling, right? The longer this game goes, the more damage the Equalizer will do. Flame Spitter, stuff like that, right? They also have a great aggressive bot lane with a Pyke paired with our main protagonist today, the Pay to Lose on this talent, which obviously goes to show that they will have a rough early game, because you have two melees against two range in the bot lane here, right? And even though Talon and Pyke is great after they get their level 6 at least, they should be able to be bullied in this bot lane. But then again, they do have chances. If Pyke lands the bone spear as it does here, they go in and they actually get the first part onto Soraka here. What about the Jinx? Will she go down, or will she actually trade a kill onto the Pay to Lose? But he does actually dupe the sap, and I think Pyke will claim another kill here. It is going to be a 2-for-0 for red team here to start off the game, and that's a Pyke with 2 kills. That's just going to be great for this red side bot lane here. They got both flashes from blue side bot lane, no flash on the Jinx, no flash on the Soraka, so they can't just look to do this all over again once the blue side bot lane goes back here in the bot lane. There's no way for them to escape right now, so if the Pyke lands these bone skewers, well, they can just hard engage on whoever he lands them onto in the bot lane here. But we have to take a look also at Evelyn. She is in the bot lane. She can maybe look for a gank here, just taking her Crocs. Red team, they push in the wave and they reset once again, so it doesn't look like anything will happen here in the bot lane. If we look top instead, Yone here, he has just used his soul, unbound his E, and the lane is in a kind of dangerous spot for him right now. Graves can look for a gank here onto the Yone, which definitely wouldn't be bad if they could get an early kill onto this onto the Rumble here in the top lane for the red team. Even though they have a great start already, it's a 700 gold lead for red team here, just coming off the double kill in the bot lane. Let's see what happens here. Yone goes to ward instead. He meets the Graves, pops a smoke screen, also his Q. Looks like he will go down eventually. This pops the solo unbound, which means he will go back. Will he get a trade kill? No, he won't. And Graves gets the first kill onto this Yone here in the top lane. I mean, not the best. Obviously, you want the kill to go to your Rumble with who has the scaling. Let's see here. Soraka is hit by the bone skewer. Looks like she will go down once again. Pyke goes forward here. Takes down the Soraka. Will Talon escape once again? No, it is a 1-for-1 so far. It's a support against ADC right here. Let's see if Jinx, the arcane character, can do anything. Lands the sap onto Pyke. I think he will escape. Yeah, with the Ghost Water Dive, he gets out safe. So it's a 1-for-1 here in the bot lane. Another kill to Pyke, and he want to make sure right now that he doesn't die, because that's already a 300 gold bounty onto the red side support right here. Let's see Graves here. Will run straight over mid lane. Going to bot side, not much for him to do. Maybe he want to start off the Drake already. Let's see. Once again, action in the bot lane. There's still no flashes onto the blue side bot lane. Pyke flashes on top of Jinx to land the stun. Will they take it down? Looks like Jinx will go down. Soraka gets the trade kill onto the Pyke. That's a 300 gold shot down for the blue side support here. I mean, not the best again to get the kill for blue side. You obviously want the 300 gold and the extra 300 gold shot down to get onto your ADC. But let's see what happens here in the mid lane. Evelynn is here, lands the charm onto the Victor. Will he flash away? He flashes away. Doesn't look like they will take it down. Evelynn flashes on the turret. So does Kayle. They do not get the kill onto red side, onto the red side mid laner Victor. He does just managed to escape with his life in his hands, has the teleport, so he won't lose that much now. You see he's back right now in the fountain, and he should TP down to the mid turret here once again to catch up. And actually a very good outplay by, or maybe not an outplay, but at least a good escape by the red team mid lane here. Let's see, looks like Soraka is dead once again to our protagonist. Talon gets a solo kill onto Soraka. At the same time, Kayle goes down in the mid lane. Looks like it was a good roam for Pyke here. So yeah, 2 for 0 once again. Talon just looking to be really obnoxious right now. Just counter jungling, or at least trying to take down the Evelynn here in her own jungle. Manages to do so. Wow, this is an action-packed game. 10 kills in 6.5 minutes already. Popsy Shadow Assault looks to take down this Soraka, also manages to do so, and that's a 4-1 ADC, or not an ADC, that's a 4-1 Talon bot lane and a 4-1 Pyke bot lane also. This red team bot lane just popping off as it is right now. Really taking advantage of the early flashes that they forced from the blue side bot lane when they got the first double kill. Just keeping up the pressure because they know, or they probably know, that eventually they will be outscated here. Graves is caught out in the enemy jungle here. Flashes over the wall. Yone misses the Fate Seal, but Kayle is there to pick up the kill, so it's a 1 for 0 now here for blue team, and that's great to get a kill onto your Kayle because, well, as the game state is right now, you just want to look to scale if you're a blue team. Things are not looking too good here. Victor pops his Chaos Storm and the Gravity Field doesn't stun Kayle, and she manages to escape right here, so nothing else will happen here in this mid lane trade. See here where Rumble pops his teleport to get back to the top lane. As we look mid again, it looks like someone is looking for a gank here. Soraka may be looking for something spicy, doesn't happen. And we have to take a look at the levels also when you look at this Soraka. It is a level 3 support for blue team here, and Pyke on the other side of the map, red team already level 5, looking to get level 6 soon. And here where Victor is a bit caught out, doesn't have access to his Chaos Storm, he'd already used it. Look like he will go down. Evelynn takes him down with the last caress. It is a 1 for 1 so far. Let's see, Talon here is charmed by Evelynn. Pops off, rather forces the Soraka flash. Don't really know what Talon was doing there, but it ends up being a 1 for 1. They push in the wave, they deny. A lot of CS from the blue team, or the blue side mid laner here. So, I mean, all in all, a pretty even trade for the two teams here. But we have a lot of action. Bot lane doesn't want to play bot lane anymore. Talon, Pyke, they're in the jungle, they're mid lane, they're everywhere except for bot lane where they should be. Looks like red team here, they will take down the first Drake of the game. Grace will solo it here. And that's what you can do when you have a great early game jungler as Graves, and when you also have the pressure that you do with the Pyke and the Talon, who's just perma roaming at this point. Pyke with his Ghost Water dive, and Talon with his I don't remember, but the jumps that he can do over the walls always puts this pressure for blue team that they cannot enter the bot side jungle, or wherever Pyke and Talon is on the map. At least not as the game state is right now, because they will just get one shot by this 5-1 protagonist, the pay to lose, and the 4-1 Pyke here in this red team bot lane. Looks like Soraka is caught out here again. She doesn't have flash. Will go down. Is being taken down by Pyke with the death from below. That's some gold at least to Talon. I do not suspect that Soraka is worth a hell of a lot of gold right now, but at least it's some gold. Blue team here, they force the flash from Rumble with the allure from Evelyn. Some questionable ultimate usage by Pyke here. But it's not punished because it is a KO once again. It's really weak at this point of the game. But okay, so we have a red team here with a 2.5k goal lead. Forces the flash from Jinx, and I never get to talk about the game because something is happening all the time. Yon here in the top lane pops the solar bomb, but will it instead be a dive here on the bot lane? Pyke tanks a turret, forces the flash, but is taken down by the super mega death rocket. It is a 1-for-1 in the bot lane. Instead, Yon goes in with the Fate Shield in the top lane, takes down Rumble. Also, Kayle is in the bot lane now, TP'd, flashed onto Talon. Pops the Divine Judgment, doesn't hit onto the Fate to lose. Will he go down? What is happening here in the top lane? It's Graves is up here looking for a 1 versus 2, but is instead maybe taken down. What is going to happen? Yeah, he ends up going down to the Evelyn. Talon here looking for a kill. Soraka takes it down once again. The support is not having a good time for blue team here. 1 and 6 in only 11.5 minutes. That's borderline ending, I would say, but okay, maybe it's just me. Yeah, blue team here starting up the Herald. 20 kills in 11.5 minutes. This game is a bloodbath so far. Okay, so let's talk about what do we talk about here? We can talk about the Herald that blue team is about to get now. There's still 2 minutes left on the turret plate, so they can look to maybe get a turret somewhere. They have only taken 1 plate down as of right now. So what you want to look to do now, you have the Herald, you want to get a kill, maybe it could be on the likes of a Rumble here in the top lane. Then you want to push in the wave, you want to take 2 plates, then you want to pop the Herald, which makes it so that you should be able to get all 5 plates in one go. Because what you have to remember is that the let's see what happens here. Soraka is dead once again. What you have to remember about the Herald is that it does true damage to turret, so it will take down about a little more than 2 plates of the turret, and the turret gains armor the more plates you take of it at the same time. Let's see here. Rumble jukes the charm, but Evelyn flash on top of him. Looks like it will be a 2-for-1 here for red team. Talon is up here, gets 2 kills. Rumble goes down, but it's a great trade here for red team. Once again, this Talon I mean, he's filling up the whole map right now with his pure presence. 9 and 1 in 13 minutes. 13 kill contributions in 13 minutes. If you have to remember, this right here, it's a rank game. I mean, it's not a normal let's just troll and run in and get all the kills we can, die for fun kind of game. This is we have 10 people here try-harding their best. Or at least they did in the beginning of the game. Not quite sure about this Soraka right now. But going back to the Herald, you want to take down 2 plates, then you want to pop the Herald, which makes it so that you can get all 5 plates if you've just taken down the enemy laner, and no one is there to contest you. Didn't happen here for blue team, so maybe they will. Yeah, they will not even get the plates here because Evelyn pops it too late. So it will be a kind of a waste. Pyke here misses the death from below as Soraka pops her ultimate, the Wish. And will she go down to Graves? No, she will not go down to the collateral damage. What happens here in the blue team jungle is a 1-against-1 Talon against Evelyn. Red team here, that's a great Talon, or not Talon, Yon ultimate. Fate Shield doesn't kill anyone actually. Here's now here in a 1 versus 3. That's a Yon with some confidence, ends up going down. Now they are looking to kill this Jinx here. She pops a heal. A lot of fights happening all the time. Jinx goes down once again, just blown away by the Shadow Assault. Soraka dead once again. Evelyn will probably also go down here. Let's see what happens. Yep, and that is 4 kills Oh, Jones is just about to spawn right now. So there's 4 kills for red team. It's a 7k goal lead in the 15 minutes. And surely this game is probably almost over, right? If I was blue team here, I'm considering the FF15, but nothing has happened so far. It is just a really big goal lead for red team here. Victor TP'd flash onto the Kale, doesn't take it down. She pops the Divine Judgment when... Let's see what happens here with the Talon. Will he get the kill? Doesn't look like he will. And Kale manages to escape on this. Pyke wants to look for something here. Onto Kale, doesn't look like it. And if you're red team now, yeah, just as Graves pick, you want to go for the Drakes right now. Because, I mean, it is a great goal lead. 8k in the 15 minutes. Personally, I would say it's game over, right? But blue team, they have incredibly good scaling. Soraka did once again. I mean, the only positive you can say about the Soraka dying all the time, if you are a blue team or blue side team member, is that Soraka will be strong for your team eventually, no matter what. Because the later the game goes, or not the later the game, because it's just what Soraka is. Soraka is like a healing bot, right? So if she dies 20 times or if she dies 1 time, it doesn't really matter. You see right now she has the Moonstone. Maybe she want to get the Chemtech Putrefier, maybe an Ardent Center wouldn't be bad or either. And she will eventually do her job. She doesn't need level, she just needs to get a couple of items. Moonstone being the most important here. You see Yone flashes onto Talon. He tries to turn it around, but Soraka is there to heal. Yone takes down Talon, and that's 1k gold onto the Yone. That's an hyper carry for blue team here. So that's great potential here for a comeback already with 1000 1000 gold going onto the Yone here. Now they are looking for Rumble. Exhaust is popped once again. Rumble's flash is forced. Soraka will go down once again. Who would have guessed that? It's taken down by the smoke screen here by Graves. Yeah, and it is a 1-for-1. It ends up being a 1-for-1 with the Talon going down, but a huge win for blue team here because they take, or rather they get the 700 gold shut down on top of the 300 gold kill gold. Let's see here, Graves takes down Jinx with the smoke screen and the collateral damage, a couple of basic attacks, and she's just dead. And that's a level 11 Graves with 1.5 items already. 18 minutes into the game here. Kale flashes away from Talon, is hit by the equalizer, walks straight into the gravity field, and is taken down by Victor here. Not looking too good for blue team. Okay, here we have Talon once again. Wow, one-shots the Evelyn with the Shadow Assault. Okay, so how do you want to get back into the game as blue team? Obviously, you want to try and scale. You have great scaling. Your late game team fights is way better than red team here. Let's see what happens here. Young goes in with the Soul Unbound. Will he get the Fate Shield off? He doesn't even need to use his ultimate. And that's another kill onto Graves here. That's 600 gold for Jinx. Another great character to get some gold on for blue team, we just have to say here. Yone goes in with the Soul Unbound, one-shots the red team mid laner Victor here, or not with the Soul Unbound, with the face shield. And gets a solo kill. I think that was also a shutdown, so that's another 550 gold onto Yone. And the gold lead is shrinking, it's now down to only 5k here. So maybe blue team not even in that bad of a state, at least not compared to how it was 5 minutes ago when it was an 8k gold lead. Now we're 5 minutes later and it's only down to 5.5, maybe 6k, right? So it's going. Soraka's just giving up at this point. 1-11, 11 deaths in 19 minutes. That's not great. What happens here with the Graves? Trying to 1v1 the Yone. Instead, Evelyn goes down here in the mid lane. What about Jinx here? Will she die to Rumble? She gets a trade kill. Graves takes down Yone. It's a 4-for-2 on the map. Oh, Soraka's just about to spawn now. It's a 3-for-2 on the map. Graves actually gets the solo kill onto Yone. I did not expect that after Yone getting all the gold that he has already on 2.5 items 20 minutes into game. I mean, red team, they have a huge lead. It's still 6,000. We have to remember that. This Talon, pay to lose. Our protagonist, holy moly, he has some gold on him. Yeah, if we look at the blue team, they also have a very strong Yone. And personally, I think if they get the right team fight, maybe with a Yone landing the Fate Shield onto a couple, maybe 3 members of red team, with a Divine Judgment on top of himself, right? The Kale ultimate. I mean, I think the blue team can wipe them. Well, let's see here. Soraka runs headfirst into a Talon, is taken down. Let's see here. That's a double kill with the Shadow Assault. That's 800 gold now for Jinx. So even though it's double kill, blue team, they win out on the trade so far, but Jinx ends up going down. It's a 3-for-1 now. Okay, so what are we gonna do here is red team? We wanna force Baron now. You've taken down 3 members. You want to end this game as soon as possible. Instead, they look for the Vayne. Doesn't have access to his ultimate. Already used. It's a 4-for-1 now. Graves gets the kill. It's a 6-2 juggler for the red team here. They can look to pressure and inhibitor, but I don't think they will get it here in the mid lane. There are only 2 members. It's a Pyke and a Victor. It's not like they push really fast. So take some Rift objectives instead. Maybe take the Baron, take the Drake. You wanna? I mean, I'm just saying, red team, you want to push for an end in this game because you are against a really strong scaling. Let's see here if Evelyn will get a kill with the last caress, maybe. Yeah, she ends up taking down the Rumble at 700 gold for Evelyn. Soraka is dead once again to the dead from below. It's a 1-for-1 in the mid lane here. Will Jinx go down? She goes down to the Chaos Storm. It's a 2-for-2 overall on the map here. 2-for-1 here in the mid lane for red team. I mean, at this point, it's simply not worth it for players to give up or to trade 1-for-1 or 2-for-1 for this Soraka, because Soraka is not worth any gold now. Talon looks for one shot onto the Kale, doesn't have access to Divine Judgment. She will go down. And what happens here with Yone is here, he will not take down Talon, but here's an Evelyn, and that should be another kill for blue team. That is 450 gold onto the blue side jungler here. Great little rotation. And let's see what we have. We have 53 kills in 22.5 minutes. That's more than 2 kills a minute. This is a bloodbath of a ranked game if I've ever seen one. Wow, 15 kills onto our protagonist Talon in this episode, looking like he will carry this, or at least potentially will do. So far, definitely the best player in the game, if you ask me. Probably maybe challenged a bit by the Yone from blue team. I think it's actually done a pretty good job. It's only 5-5 so far, so obviously you have to give the prize to Talon at this point. Red team, it looks like they will take down the Baron. Blue team will trade with a mid lane turret instead, and Yone here will go down to, or not Yone, Rumble will go down to Yone. Blue team, they also get an objective bounty. That's 300 more gold. Yone tries to recall in the middle of the lane, and Pyke goes down trying to execute a Yone, but there is a heal from Soraka. There is the wish. There is a W, I think it is. Wow, Victor also goes down to Evelyn. Evelyn used her ultimate last caress to escape, and Talon here is looking for her with the Shadow Assault. Will take her down. It is a 3-for-1. Let's see here with the Yone also goes down to Talon, and that's now 17 kills onto this Talon. Yeah, just as you say something positive about a Yone player, he decides to recall in the middle of the lane just as red team has finished taking the Baron. I mean, that's just ending. And will red team here maybe look for an end? Only 24 minutes into the game. I think it's possible here. Let's see. Herald goes down, but there's only one turret left. Instead, they try and take down the Vayne. She pops at Divine Judgment. There is still a couple of minutes. Doesn't look like they will take it down. Kale manages to escape here, and that's a really low Talon which go down. They take down the Nexus turret. Talon takes down Soraka, even forces her flash. Doesn't look like they will get the end here, so they are forced to back off here, red team. Talon tries to take down, or Talon Rumble tries to take down Jinx, goes down himself instead. Pyke misses a Bone Skewer and jumps right into the face of an Evelyn. That's another one-shot. I mean, this game is just a one-shot compilation for Talon at this point. Wow, 19 kills in 25 minutes. Going great for this guy. Evelyn hopefully with some connection issues and not a rage quit for blue team here. But I mean, I will understand. Gold lead is back to 9k. Another one shot. Just, I mean, what do you do at this point, right? What do you do? Holy moly. 20 kills, Evelyn reconnects to the game. Next objective you're gonna play for, obviously, is going to be the Drake that will spawn eventually. You are on soul point right now. It is a Cloud Soul, which, I mean, is a pretty bad soul, probably the worst soul there is. But it is still a soul, obviously, so if you can get it, you want to get it. Because red team, and with the goal lead they have, it's 10k now. I mean, they should just be looking to pressure this objective, while Talon and Pyke's just roaming inside the jungle. This hero, Evelyn, she pops the alert onto Pyke, but doesn't follow up on it. Talon going in a bit deep here. Cool. Blue team just looking to defend the base so far. A good 1-3-1 for red team here. Pretty tryhard if I should say so myself, but okay. They are trying to 1-3-1. Pyke almost goes down trying to take this trade. Oh, Yon misses the fade seal. Will he go down to Victor here? No, he ends up taking it down. Will he go down? Yes, he does. So it's 1-1 so far. What about the Evelyn here? Will she go down? No, she pops the last caress. Oh, great flash forward. Doesn't get the kill onto Evelyn. It's a 2-1 here for blue team. Jinx, attack the fucking Talon! She takes down the Talon. That's 3 kills for blue team here. 2 or 3 of them going to this Jinx here. So can they def the base still? It will maybe be an ace here for blue team even. Let's see, Pyke misses the def from below. What about Rumble here? Flashes away from the inhibitor turret, and that's 4 kills for blue team here. A couple of shutdown, also another 900 gold onto this Jinx for the blue team here for taking down the Talon. And yeah, that's a Jinx with 3 items. Taking down a Talon with 5 items, full build already. 27 minutes. They TP in, they want to get the Drake here, want to deny the soul for red team. And let's see what happens. Here is the Rumble also, they take it down. They take down the Drake. And you have to remember, that's now an Evelyn dead for 40 seconds. There is no Nexus turret, so red team, what do you do now? You group, you push down mid lane, and you just end because you are in a 5 versus 4 for 30 more seconds. Looks like that's not what they are going to do. Instead, blue team here, they chase down, or at least try to chase down the Rumble. Nope, it's slowed. I have weird decision making here for red team. Even though it's still an 8k goal lead, but it's just like, it was an 8k goal lead 15 minutes ago, it's still an 8k goal lead. So what you can say is that, at least to some degree, blue team has held their own against the red team here. Kayle goes down to the death from below, and the I think she walked into the gravity field, maybe, I'm not quite sure. Or at least into the equalizer, that's how it was. Yeah, so it's a... Oh, that's a great fade shield from Yon. That's a double kill onto the blue side top lane here. Takes down the Grace, takes down the Victor. They still looking to defend this Nexus with no Nexus turrets up. Mid lane inhibitor has respawned, and red team, they're not able to push here again. Once again, Yon flashes forward. Will he get the kill onto the Rumble? No, he will not. What about Evelyn here? Doesn't have access to an ultimate right now. She's on cooldown. No one goes down here, but that's a flash from Yon, that's a flash from Evelyn. I don't think that red team even used one flash here, so not the best of engages for blue team here, but I understand that why you would be feel a little desperate in a game like this. 9k, 9k gold lead, it's just about the same as it has been for a lot of time here. Oh, looks like, yep, Pyke goes down here. Rumble disappears, and there's 2 more kills for blue team here, and it's looking like a comeback territory here. I'm not going to jinx anything, but there's comeback potential, that's all I'm saying. Blue team pinging the Baron here, and that is definitely also what they should be looking for. Still 30 seconds onto Rumble, doesn't have TP, 20 seconds onto this Pyke here. Yone a bit caught out. Hits the Fate Shield onto Victor, forces his flash. Will eventually, no, he will not go down. He just has his GA popped, and the last tick of his ignite takes down Graves. Graves now caught out in the mid lane here. He will also go down. That's 2 more kills of blue team here. They're not pushing mid lane though. They want to take the Baron. They want to play it slow, which is obviously what you can do with a team like this. But I mean, 35 seconds death time is on 2 of red team members. Maybe you could have looked to take it down and inhibitor, maybe a couple of next turns, and maybe even end the game here. Instead, they settle for the Baron. That's 2 kills for the blue team in the mid lane. They take down the Baron. That's another objective bounty, and they are straight back into this game. I think it's a 4k goal lead now for blue team, but not blue team, for red team. But the blue team scaling is just so good. Yeah, Soraka goes down. She's probably worth around a caster minion. Around the same as a caster minion at this point, 1 and 16. And that's, see here, it will, Talon goes down. Our protagonist of this episode goes down. That's a 1-minute death timer. But what you have to remember when you talk about the 47 kills that the red team has at this point, well, 16 of the kills are on the Soraka, and she has not been worth anything at least for the last 7, 8, 9 kills probably. Which makes it so the goal tally should actually be a lot closer than it is right now. I actually think that blue team should maybe even be slightly ahead if you talk about like pure kills, just because of the fact that they've taken down some members with big shutdown for red team here. Let's see what happens here. Yone is stuck inside the smoke screen, doesn't go down. Instead, Graves is taken down. And here's Kale, Divine Judgment, and that's an hyper carry, late game hyper carry, 2 kills for blue team here. Red team, they cannot contest anything. I think this game is, red team, this game is thrown. Like, what do you want to do now? You want to look for a Jinx. Guess the Sonya's off Victor here, with the soul unbound. Evelyn doesn't go down, but it was close. The Talon could take it down with the... Oh, doesn't have access to his ultimate. Flashes away from the Kale. It is a 1-for-1. Kale also didn't have access to her ultimate, so it ends up being a 1-for-1 in the bot lane. I actually thought that Talon was borderline ending, engaging without the Shadow Assault, but okay, it ends up being a 1-for-1. Blue team here, they will take down the inhibitor. That's the first inhibitor of the game for the blue team here. And things are looking pretty good right now. 33 minutes into the game. Could be a 4 versus 4 if they decide to fight. It doesn't look like they will. Yeah, who's looking here? It is the Pyke. Just floating around in the Ghost Water Dive, looking for something. Maybe onto this rocket here. Tries to maybe trigger a couple. Oh, you wanna? I think if you're red team, you just wanna commit for the Jinx here. If you're Pyke, I mean it is an AD carry, so you can probably one-shot her, even though it's only a Pyke with 3 items. Or at least you should be able to take down her GA. Yeah, things not looking too sharp here for red team. Down in the inhibitor. Blue team out, they group mid. They don't have the Baron buff, no they do not anymore. So probably, I mean right now you can just look to go down mid lane because your team is so much stronger. But if you want to play it correctly, you want to group in another lane. And normally I would say that you should split push. You want to put one guy top lane, probably the Yone, and 4 guys bottom lane. But let's see what happens here. Victor goes down. I just think that the blue team will end here through mid lane. It is 5 against 4 right now. Pyke is also taken down here. Rumble is down, and so is Talon. It is a 4-for-0 blue team here. They take down the first Nexus Turret. They will take down the second Nexus Turret. Will they also kill the Graves here? It looks like they will just fountain dive him. They take down the Graves. That's a clean ace, and that's a win for blue team in a hell of a comeback. They end the game with a 1k goal lead. Wow, that was that's one of those comebacks that just it's really, you cannot write that what just happened. Unfortunately, our protagonist, the pay to lose, didn't manage to find the win in this one, but a great game, a pleasure to cast, and a very good performance from him, still getting 22 kills onto the Talon in a ranked game, we have to remember. So yeah, thank you so much for letting me cast your game, and remember, if you're watching this and you want me to cast your game, feel free to comment your summon name, and I will take a look at it at some point. So yeah, until next time, see ya.